Matthew A. Henson was an unrecognized explorer who did a deed that deserved to be recognized. Henson did many expeditions, but the one that was most famous was the one to the North Pole. He was the first person to discover the North Pole. As an African American, Henson was not recognized for his deed, even though his companion Robert Peary got many honors. Matthew Henson was born August 8, 1866, in a farm in a rural Maryland county. He was a child when his two parents died, Lemuel and Carolyn. He soon became a cabin boy on a merchant ship. He became a skilled navigator. He met Peary in 1888. They voyaged to Nicaragua together. Peary was impressed with him and made him his colleague. In 1909, they made their 8th voyage to try to get to the North Pole. Soon, everybody in the expedition became disabled or ill except Henson, and this is when he discovered the North Pole. Henson inspires me a lot. His deed convinced me that even though you are black or white or any other race, you can still make it even if you have a lot of struggles to face. Back in his days, black people were not treated well, but despite the mistreatments, Henson still pushed through.
Quincy Jones was born in Chicago, Illinois on March 14, 1933. You can tell he was destined for fame because he played the trumpet with famous musician Ray Charles as a young man. They played from fancy white clubs to dilapidated black nightclubs, which were more fun and less strict. His dream was to do more in music, and it soon came true. He followed his music dream and became one of the top record producers ever. While working on the film The Wiz as music supervisor, Jones met with Michael Jackson, who asked him to produce the upcoming solo record. The result, Off the Wall, sold a beautiful 20 million copies and made Jones one of the most powerful record producers in the U.S. He was also a producer for TV shows like Mad TV, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Sanford & Son. Jones is one of the founders of the Institute for Black American Music, whose aim is to raise enough funds for the creation of a national library of African American art and music. Jones is also one of the founders of the Black Arts Festival in his hometown, Chicago. He inspires me to do my best to make sure I follow my dreams.
Madam C.J. Walker was born Sarah Breedlove in Delta, Louisiana, in a family of 5. Although her parents had been slaves, she was born free. As a child, she was raised on a farm in Mississippi, picking cotton on a plantation. At the age of 7, she became an orphan. At 14, she married Moses McWilliams to escape abuse from her cruel brother-in-law, Jesse Powell. Madam C.J. Walker was famous for being an African-American businesswoman, hair care entrepreneur, social activist, tycoon, and philanthropist. In 1908 through 1910, she lived in Pittsburgh, where she opened her very own Lelia College of Beauty Culture to train her sales agents and hair culturists. In February 1910, she moved to Indianapolis, Indiana, where she then built a factory and used it to expand her business. By 1917, Madam C.J. Walker's business was the largest in the United States owned by a black person. In her hair business, she sold Madam Walker's Wonderful Hair Grower, which was a scalp conditioner and healing treatment. Madam C.J. Walker inspires me because she was one of the first African Americans to become something big in society as it was back then. Back in her days, it might have been said that African Americans couldn't be something as big as a philanthropist, but Madam C.J. Walker proved them all wrong. It also might have been said that an African American woman might not have such a hot place in society, yet again she proved them wrong.